If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coach John Limbaugh Show brought to you by Lori Darlings in the heart of Fayetteville, Alabama. And Randolph County showed last night why they are the ranked #1 team in the state by beating Fayetteville Wolves 41-0. It really wasn't a good night, was it, Coach?
No, and Jimmy, they beat us in every aspect of the football game. They really are a big, tough, strong team. And hats off to Coach Pat. He did a great job. They had a great game plan. They came in and executed very well. And for the most part, we didn't. We didn't execute, and I take full responsibility for that. Our kids,
and they had a lot to do with that too. Randolph County did.
Yeah, they're #1 for a reason. Yeah. They really are, but they're just so big up front, and we just weren't able to establish any kind of a run against them. Nowhere to run the ball. We're trying to get everything on the outside, and when you become one-dimensional like that, and it's very, very tough to get anything going offensively. I thought the brightest spot of our night was before the half. Our defense stopped them twice. Didn't let them in the end zone twice before the half, and I was real proud of our defense for that. But we're just going to go back to the drawing board. Monday morning, the kids get the day off today, and they need it. They need to heal up. We got some injuries out there, and they need to heal up and get to feeling better about themselves, and then we'll get back after Monday morning and have a game plan in against BB Comer, and we'll get ready to go.
It was military night last night, right?
We wanted to honor our military, our first responders, police and fire, and for all they do for us. Think about every day they go out with our protection at heart, and to defend us and take care of us, and if we're getting into trouble to pull us out. And so we wanted to say thank you to all those first responders, because, wow, what have they had to do this year?
Yeah, and we've talked on this segment with Coach Limbaugh several times before that, you play the game like it could be your last of the season. And we saw this again last night with not Randolph County, but Randolph High School and Madison Academy. They found out 1 hour prior to kickoff that game was going to be canceled, and you just never know, do you, Coach?
You never know. How absolutely awful for Randolph, and sorry that happened to them, but also for Madison Academy.
Yeah.
To have to make that phone call. I could imagine the coach having to make that phone call with Randolph on the field warming up. That's a tough deal right there. But we never know in this COVID year, and we're thankful to go out there and play. And last night we didn't play a good ball game, but we played, and our kids played hard. And they got to play a high school football game. And I'm so proud of my kids in so many ways. And they did a lot last night that some kids won't even attempt to do.
Anytime you can play a game, you always going to find something constructive with that game, because the season, you got BB Comer coming up next week, and BB Comer's 1 game loss. They struggled last night with Horseshoe Bend before winning that game. But Fayetteville and BB Comer a better matchup than, say, Randolph County and Fayetteville.
Well, it is a better matchup for us, but now Coach Foss is doing a great job there. Those kids are playing hard, and BB Comer's got a lot of great things going on there. So it'll be a big challenge for our kids, and we need to heal up this week and get ready for that ball game. But we're going to get ready for it.
And there's been some great games down through the years, BB Comer and Fayetteville.
It has. It's become a really good rivalry, and I was so glad years ago when we got those guys, on the schedule to play against them. And now they're in the region, though. So we're going to have those guys every year, and it's good stuff. Good for the communities of Fayetteville and the Comer, Sylacauga area. It's good for us to play.
Yeah, a lot of families know each other and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So that's a good thing. BB Comer hosting Fayetteville next week here at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga. You talked earlier about injuries, and when you play a big physical football team like Randolph County and you get behind the 8 ball kind of early, it's maybe you let down a little bit, or maybe that physicality just becomes more apparent, and you can suffer some injuries.
Well, it just makes you, as a coach, scratch your head a little bit, and you hate to see one kid to go down. You can't stand that, and I just can't. I hate that part of it. It's a part. Football's a collision sport. It's more than a contact sport, and we had one get hurt last night. Lane Darden hurt his knee last night. We don't know the extent of that. I think he's going to go get that checked on this morning. And he's tough as nails. Both my Darlins are very, very tough, and I appreciate them very much. We got a couple other injuries out there. Hopefully, we'll get Luke White back. Luke White was actually working, and he was cleaning out an attic for someone, and a board broke and cut his leg. Yeah, so he had to have stitches, and we find the doggonest ways to get hurt sometimes, but he was working, earning some money, and did that, and so there's 1,000 ways to get hurt, and I think we found most of them. But hopefully we'll get Dakota Olga back. He had a separated shoulder, but it was coming and healing nicely and all. But we want to give him another week of rest and let him let that heal a little bit more and come back. So we got a couple of injuries out there. We had another kid had surgery. Seth Limbaugh had surgery on his meniscus, so he'll be out the remainder of the season, regretfully so. And Chance Owens is having surgery. Either it's today or Monday. I'm not for certain about that. I was going to call his mother this morning and find out. But our prayers with him this morning, and he's having ankle surgery today, that repair.
So when you're a 2A school and the numbers are already lower than you'd like them to be, you have injuries on top of that. Everybody's on deck now.
Oh, everybody's on deck. It's next man up. Everybody's on deck. And you look across the field, and they're dressing about 50 or 60, something like that, across the way over there. And Randolph County's got a lot on their ball team, and we were at the first of the year at our strength, we're dressing 33, and I think we dressed 26 last night. So it's tough when you have those injuries. Yeah. It's very difficult.
There's one thing that doesn't falter, whether you winning or not winning, is a Fayetteville crowd. They're always there. They're
great. They're there. They're supportive, and I really appreciate them so very much. To every one of our fans, I tell them thank you, and we're going to work at it hard and put a good product on the field, and we'll do the very best that we possibly can to get to the playoffs. Our kids are excited, but we need to run the table, Jimmy.
No doubt about it.
We need to run the table and win these ball games, but I'm excited. I know we can do it. We got great kids, great coaching staff, and we can get this thing done.
And the schedule is more favorable the second half of the season than it was the first half, for sure.
Well, I think we have played the meat of the schedule, and that's the tough part, but our kids understand that. We got some very intelligent kids, and they do understand that we play the meat of that schedule. Those teams, your Rambler Counties, your Lynette's, and those guys have been played now. We've got our experience. We've learned. We've grown. Now we got to pull it all together and run the table and go undefeated the rest of the year. That's our goal.
No doubt about it. Lori Darlin presents the Coach John Limbaugh show every Friday morning here on Daybreak Live, and I was talking to Lori yesterday, and of course they feed the team the pregame meal, and they've got that second location over in Childerberg at the golf course, and she was telling me yesterday, said, man, you need to come over here. Said we feed them Tuesday through Sunday at the golf course. You don't have to be a member of the golf course, just go over there and eat. So they got two locations.
Absolutely, and does a really wonderful job, and we love them and appreciate them so very much. My wife and I took in a meal there last week. It was just fabulous, and we appreciate all that Lori and their staff do for us.
Before we go this morning, what did you say to your team after the game last night?
And we're going to be okay. I appreciated their efforts. We're going to be okay, and give them a day off. Then we're going to come back Monday and get ready for Comer.
All right, B.B. Comer hosting Fayetteville next Friday night here at Legion Stadium. Coach John Limbaugh will join us again next Friday morning to preview that game. We've got more Daybreak coming up right after this.